everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sue of Bendnstretch with Sue. In today's video, we continue on our journey through the chakras. We are moving on to number 3, which is the solar plexus chakra, also known as Manipura in Sanskrit. And this one is located right above the sacral chakra, which is slightly below the navel. And below the heart, so a little bit right in this area here, and it is inside the body, so kind of between the front of the body and the spine, and it is all about representing your will, your willpower, and your drive. So as we explore what it is depicted by, the flowers that we've looked at previously, the lotus flowers. This one is a 10-petal flower along with a circle and an inverted triangle within it. It is also represented by the fire element and the essential oils that can be used for balancing this one can be lemon, rosemary, pine, lavender, just like the others as well. And rosemary, so some really fragrant essential oils can be used for this one. As far as the crystal energy that you can use for balancing it, I'll list those down below, but yellow jade is one of the crystals that could be utilized. So let's look further at how this one can be balanced and the signs of it being out of balance and in balance and what you can do about it. Because this chakra relates to our will, our self-esteem, we start to move into this cycle of solar plexus chakra while we're still in the root chakra, but around age 3 we move into becoming aware of the world around us, our relationships, and just how we fit into this. And as we move more and more into adolescence, we become more connected and we operate and function more through this sacral chakra as we continue to really find our place in the world and just where we fit into it. Now, a sacral chakra that is out of balance will often be noticed in these ways. When one is out of balance through their sacral chakra, quite often they will be needing a lot of validation from others. They will definitely lack self-confidence. They will even be prone more to a depressed state and really sluggish and lacking energy. By the same token, being out of balance could create the opposite, where they try to compensate or overcompensate by being overconfident or try to project an image of being more than confident. Now, when the sacral chakra is in balance, the sacral chakra will cause you to be really decisive and having that confidence and just having a sense of knowing that you are on the right path, that you are competent in your abilities, as well as having energy to carry it through. So it is having the right amount of energy so that you're not hyperactive, but you just have that strong will, determination, and you're making it happen. And that's a clear sign that your sacral chakra is in balance. So now, if you're feeling a little off kilter and you do need some strengthening in this area and you want to balance your sacral chakra, let's move into our Yan pose, which is the one that is more energetic, typically put into a flow, although I'm just going to demonstrate the pose today, and the Yin pose that helps you to really root into it, to really connect with that sacral energy by holding it longer. So let's get going with that now. Now the pose that we'll be working with today in order to really stimulate the energy in our solar plexus chakra is Navasana, also known as boat pose. So we start from a seated position and bringing ourselves to a sitting very tall. So we want to make sure that we have that sense of really drawing the abdominal wall in to support the back. And as we bring the legs in, there's quite a few variations. Now you could remain here if you are fairly new to the practice and really focus on that energy that is being activated in your solar plexus. And as you continue to progress, you can pick up the toes. You may remain maybe with just toes hovering above the mat. You could take it to a half boat, or you could even take it into a full boat. Certainly holding on to the legs is an option, but to really stimulate that power within, you can bring the arms out long. We're going to hold it here for about 5 to 10 breaths, and keeping the heart open, keeping the thighs drawing to the belly, keeping a slight tuck of the chin, coming out whenever you need to. And we're going to hold here for approximately another 5 breaths as you use the affirmation that I feel the power within me. I feel it coming to life. We've got another 2. 1 more. And bring that down. Stretch the legs out, shake them out. And let's move on to our yin pose. Now moving on to our final pose, the yin pose for the Manipura chakra. We come onto our backs and bringing ourselves into a supine neutral position to begin with. So the spine is nicely aligned. We open up the arms, and from here, crossing the left leg on top of the right one and gently shifting the hips over to the left side. Allow those knees to come toward the floor. You may want to use some support here for your knees just to make sure that you're comfortably positioned here. Your gaze is either toward the hand that is on the right side or to the ceiling or to the opposite hand. Once you find the comfortable position for your neck, you can close the eyes. And this one is called Twisted Roots. And it really allows us to have that balance of compression and stretch through the entire solar plexus area. And as we begin to surrender, we move from the previous yawn pose where we use a power within affirmation and moving to one of self-respect and self-acceptance. You can perhaps breathe in and think to yourself the words, I accept myself. Do you exhale? I respect myself. I'm worthy of self-respect. And I let go of judgment of others. Continue to hold this one for several minutes as we allow the magic of time to really create a nice deep connection to this third chakra. And you could even have some essential oils that correspond to this chakra, either diffused while you practice, or maybe even putting them on pulse points so that you continue to allow the infusion of the oils to help to balance your energies. over time, as you become more and more comfortable, you may even feel that you're able to move your support out of the way, allowing you a deeper stretch, deeper sinking into the position. Continuing to visualize that beautiful, vibrant yellow as a spinning wheel of energy in your solar plexus. Using an inhalation to help you to draw the legs back up through the center. And as you unwind them, making your way back into that neutral positioning, crossing your right leg on top of the left one. And again, reaching for your cushions, your bolster, your block if you prefer it, just to help you to be more comfortable. From here you can shift the hips over to the right. So again, lining up the right hip with your right shoulder and surrendering onto the opposite side. So stay nice and long, gaze moving towards your right hand if it is comfortable to do so. But just find where you feel comfortable. The idea of a yin position is that you are letting go and you are allowing the pose to work its magic. So it is time and it is stillness. It's a great way to cultivate a more meditative practice. So many of us struggle with the idea of being still and quiet. Tuning in to what's going on the inside. And I let go of judgment of others. I let go of judgments of myself. And I'm worthy of self-respect. Once again, as you come to feel more comfortable, you can maybe ease the supports. It's not necessary if you feel that it's a little too intense for you to let them go, then just keep them right where they are, or maybe move them out just a tiny bit. visualize your yellow disc while you continue with affirmations. Very slowly you can unwind the body, the legs, making your way back to that neutral positioning. As you do, you might let the legs sway a little bit side to side, and you wish to hug the knees into the body and give yourself a nice gentle back massage to eventually roll all the way through onto your favorite side as you press yourself up to seated. Now, if you wanted to remain there and lay a little longer, by all means, go right ahead and do that. I do hope that as you've worked through these few poses, that you do feel more empowered, a stronger will, more determination, more confidence that you can achieve what you set out to achieve. So with that, I thank you so much for your time, and I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already, and you hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload new content, and you can check it out and check me out in the next video. Namaste.